Okay, video 2, Algebra. This is a screenshot of the worksheet questions. So I'll work through this with you following those simple rules from the first video. So let's check I've got a pen turned on. Yep, okay. So we've got 27y divided by 3. Let's rewrite it. 27y divided by 3. Okay. Highest common factor. This one. I know my 3 times table, so I know 3 goes into both of those numbers. And it's the highest one that could possibly go into 3 as well. So how many times does 3 go into 3? Once. How many times does 3 go into 27? I think you will find that one is 9. Okay? If you're worried and you want to check, just go 27 divided by 3, 9. Okay? What are we left with? The 9, the y, and the 1. So E equals, and we generally write this underneath, but I know I'll run out of room, 9 y over 1, and we said anything divided by 1 is itself 9y. Alright? Now if I jump back and I check that that's one of the possible answers, 9y, look, there we go, it's A. So if you need to save some time later on, we can throw that in as A. Okay, so when you enter it on Maths Online, you can just go question 1 is A. Let's do the next one. It's going to change back to blue. Question 2, 15xy divided by 3. Let's rewrite it. 15 x y divided by 3, highest common factor of those two numbers, 3. How many times does 3 go into 3? Once. How many times does 3 go into 15? 5. Okay, there's no cancelling out because there's no letters in the bottom, so we are left with the 5, the x and the y, and over 1, and again anything divided by 1 is itself, so 5x y. Let's check if that's an answer. 5xy, there it is, F. Alright, next one. Let's rewrite it. 24 AB divided by 8 AC. Okay. Highest common factor of 8 and 24. Well, I know my 8 times tables, and I know 8 goes into 8, and 8 also goes equally into 24. So how many times does 8 go into 8? Once. How many times does 8 go into 24? 3. Okay. Letters. There's an A there, there's an A there, one of each. There's no B in the bottom, so that stays, and there's no C in the top, so it stays. So what did we end up with left over? The 3 and the B over 1C. Now on the answer sheet that might be written as 3b over c because you would assume a c's got a 1 in front of it if there's nothing there. So let's have a look for 3b over c. 3b over c, there it is, G. Alright, question 4, let's rewrite it. Equals 32 x y over 24 y z. Okay. Numbers seem to be getting a little bit trickier. highest common factor, I think, since knowing my timetables, it may be 8. So let's see, 8 into 24 goes 3. 8 into 32, 4. X, and there's no X down here, so he stays. A Y and a Y, so they can cancel out. Okay, what are we left with? Well, the 4's there, and the X is there. And in the bottom, we've got the 3 and the Z. Well, let's have a look for that. 4x over 3z. 4x over 3z. Whew, there he is, C. What do we say, C? I think it was, I'll double check that. Yep. All right, let's try the next one. It looks a little bit easier. Blue equals 3, write it, 50 mn divided by 35 n. All right, we know this one straight away. Highest common factor, 5. Okay, how many times does 5 go into 35? 7 times. How many times does 5 go into 50? 10 times. Okay, there's no m in the bottom, so that m has to stay. There's an n there and an n there, so they can cancel out. What am I left with? 10m divided by 7. So 10m over 7. Let's see if that's on the answer sheet. 10m over 7, there it is, D. Let's put that one in. All right, next one. Four x over 8. Okay, so now we can see that the top number is smaller than the bottom number. Still the same concept though, so we still have to find the highest common factor between the two numbers. It's 4. 4 goes into 4, 4 goes into 8. Nothing higher will work. So how many times does 4 go into 4? Once. How many times does 4 go into 8? 2. What are we left with? In the top we've got 1x over 2. Now it could also be written as just x over 2. Let's have a look. For x over 2, something over 2. There it is, x over 2, E. All right, let's try question 7. So, blue pen equals negative 3t divided by 9t equals, now we've said before, a negative divided by a positive is always going to give us a negative answer. Okay, so back to our first step then. Highest common factor between 3 and 9 would be 3. How many times does 3 go into 3? Once. How many times does 3 go into 9? 3 times. Okay, letters is second, so there's a t there, there's a t there, so cross one out, cross one out. What are we left with? Negative 1 over 3. Let's have a look at our answer sheet for 1 over 3 is a negative. Wrong button. There it is, B. Question 8. Alrighty, blue pen equals negative 12a squared over negative 6a squared. Okay, so negative divided by a negative, we're going to get a positive. So let's just cross them out. Okay. Highest common factor between 6 and 12 would be 6. So 6 goes into 6 once, 6 goes into 12 twice, and we've got a squared and an a squared, which is the same as writing a times a and a times a, so they can both go. So we're left with 2 equals 2 over 1. Anything divided by 1 is itself 2. See if we've got it. Here we go. Oh.